Welcome to your new home. This video will explain important information and conditions relating to your tenancy with Full House. For further details on points covered in the video, see our tenant guidebook or speak to your property asset manager. At Full House, we value all our clients, owners and tenants alike. We act on behalf of the property owner, therefore all inquiries must be addressed to your property asset manager. There are two types of tenancies, periodic and fixed term. It's important that you understand each type of tenancy and what your responsibilities are under each. A periodic tenancy has a start date but no end date. You may end the tenancy by giving us 21 days notice in writing, and the owner may end the tenancy by giving you 90 days notice in writing. Or if the property sells or a family member wants to move in, the notice required is 42 days notice in writing. A fixed term tenancy has a start date and an end date, and the tenancy cannot be terminated by either you or Full House during this agreed period. The fixed term will be for 12 months unless an alternative term is agreed with your property asset manager. We'll be in contact with you at least 60 days prior to your end date to offer you a new lease or ask if you'll be vacating. If your circumstances do change during the period of your fixed term lease and you find you need to end your fixed term early, then you must put your request in writing to your property asset manager and explain the reasons why. The following will apply if the owner accepts your request. You must continue to pay rent until a replacement tenant is found and a lease signed. This will include 2 days between tenancies. You'll need to pay for all advertising incurred and all credit checks. An administration fee of 1 week's rent plus GST will apply if all the tenants are wanting to leave, or in the case of one tenant, the fee will be $200 plus GST. We'll not allow for any changes to be done during the months of November and December. When you're given the keys to your new home, you'll be given a copy of the property inspection report. Please read it carefully, noting any existing damages and chattels to make sure they're all correct. If any amendments are required, update the report and return a copy of it to Full House within 7 days of your tenancy starting. The report is used at the end of your tenancy for the bond refund, so please take the time to ensure that it's correct and, most importantly, you're happy with it. The Full House team carries out routine inspections every 13 weeks. We'll always email and post you the inspection notification the week prior to it being carried out. Attached to the notification will be 2 forms, a maintenance request form and a property presentation form, to remind you how we like the property to be presented for the inspection. Complete the maintenance form with any maintenance requests you may have. Also, please check to make sure we have your correct contact details. Inspections usually take about 20 minutes and you don't have to be present at the property. If the inspection is acceptable, the next one will be scheduled in 13 weeks' time. Each week, we give the tenant or tenants of the best presented property a box of chocolates, and then at the end of the 13 weeks, these names go into a drawer for a $250 grocery or restaurant voucher. It's your responsibility to have all electricity, gas and telephone connected in your name and to finalize the account when you move out. You can choose whichever companies you like. We advise our tenants to use Fast Connect, which is a free service. Please let them know that we've referred you. This will save you both time and money and get you sorted in your new home quick smart. Also, please note that if there is a water meter on your property, then you'll be responsible for paying for all water used during the term of your tenancy. Only the people listed on the lease agreement are permitted to reside at the property permanently. Any changes to this must be discussed with your property asset manager. You may be in breach of your tenancy agreement if you choose to allow other people to live at the property without getting our approval. The total number of tenants that may reside at the property is written at the top of your lease agreement. This number must not be exceeded. If all tenants are not present for the signing of this lease, then it's your responsibility to make sure that they sign your copy of the lease and you, in turn, return it to Full House. This can be done via email. Your rent must be paid fortnightly in advance by automatic payment or direct credit from a single bank account. This makes it much easier for everyone. You need to complete your bank account details on the pre-prepared automatic payment form supplied by Full House and take it to your bank at least 3 days before your next rent payment is due. This can be done online, but please use the correct reference and particulars codes we have pre-prepared on the AP form. At Full House, we have an absolute zero tolerance policy regarding rent arrears. Make no mistake, we will be contacting you if you're even 1 day late in paying your rent. So if you're having difficulty paying rent, please contact us straight away to discuss the problem. We may be able to help. If you're behind in rent payments, we're obliged to issue a 14-day notice to bring your rent up to date. Once your rent is 1 week in arrears, we will apply to the Tenancy Tribunal for mediation regarding the arrears. If the debt goes to debt collection, then you'll be responsible for paying the debt recovery costs, which are usually 25% of the amount owed. That is, if the amount owed is $200, the collection cost will be $50, meaning the total debt you'll pay is $250. Our advice? Pay your rent on time, every time. Please report any issues requiring repair or maintenance straight away to avoid the risk of injury to you, anyone in your household, your visitors, or damage to the property itself. In the first instance, please email your property manager or contact the Full House office with details of what's required, and make sure you tell us how access can be gained to your property to fix the problem. Please do not arrange for your own maintenance or repairs to the property. If this is undertaken without our knowledge, it may well end up at your own expense, unless it's an extreme emergency. Our after-hours emergency number is 026 110 916. Please enter this into your phone now. Here's a few tips for looking after your new home. Please do not use blue tack, sticky or double-sided tape, drawing or dressmaking pins to hang or fix pictures on the walls, as these items can cause damage to the wall. If damage does occur, then you'll be responsible for the repair. Proper picture hooks are preferred, but removal of these items can also damage the walls, and again, you'll be responsible for the repair. Keep your property well ventilated to minimize condensation buildup. Where available, use an extractor fan or range hood over the stove when showering or cooking. Keep in mind that some extractor fans need to be pulled out to work. Open windows in your property on a regular basis to stop the air in your home getting stale and damp. Don't dry clothes on clothes racks. Dry them outside in the sun and wind, or use an externally ventilated clothes dryer if available. Freestanding gas heaters will cause significant condensation and moisture buildup in your home. Do not use them, especially if you have young children on the property. Putting a mattress directly onto the floor without a base can cause mold and mildew to build up on the mattress, as well as the carpet and floor underneath. Please do not do this. Visit www.energywise.govt.nz for loads of other information about keeping your home warmer and drier. Working smoke detectors are provided in all properties. Please do not tamper with them. They've been installed for your safety. When the battery is nearing the end of its life, the smoke detector will start to beep. Please change the battery with a 9-volt replacement as soon as possible. If this doesn't stop the beeping, please report it to your property asset manager. If you lock yourself out, we can come to the rescue, but at a cost. We charge $75 for opening up for you, and this must be paid to the person who does the call out. You can call a locksmith if you would prefer, but it will be at your own expense. If you lose your security keys, please email your property asset manager, and they'll advise you of the cost of replacement and the bank account for you to pay the money into. Once we've received the money, the keys will be ordered and will ring you once they've arrived at our office for you to collect. Once again, welcome to your new home with Full House. We'll always respect your rights as a tenant to quiet enjoyment and privacy during your tenancy, and we'll do our best to help you during our time together. However, should you have a problem that you feel is not being treated fairly by our staff, please put your complaint in writing and we'll attend to it and respond promptly within 7 days. Remember, more information, along with useful contact details, can be found in your tenant guidebook.